Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 2 for the progeny prospects. In this example, we are going to study a male chart who got married and immediately after the marriage, his wife conceived and delivery within the period. So there was no delay in the pregnancy. So we are going to study with the help of the EPS tables, the destiny prospects on the progeny and also timing of event. Example 2, timing of childbirth, no delay in pregnancy. Let us now analyze the chart. This is the birth chart of that male. Now we are going to study the general study and also destiny prospects. Let me open that North Indian chart and let us do the general study on the natal chart. Lagna is falling in the sign of Capricorn. Lagna is falling in Capricorn. Fifth cusp is falling in the Taurus sign. Fifth lord, Venus, is posted in the 12th house as per degree, but conjoined with the first cusp. Venus is also conjoined with the Sun, 8th lord, and also 3rd lord, 12th lord, Jupiter. 5th lord, 10th lord, occupying the 12 but close to Lagna is fine. Conjoined with the 8th lord, it is indicating some weakness. And conjoined with the 3rd lord is fine, 12th lord having weakness. It indicates what? That 5th lord is influenced by 8 and 12 house significator and also favorable 3rd house. So it is indicating some hurdles. Now we have to see whether that Venus is already influenced, further influenced by any other planets. Mars is aspecting to Venus and Saturn also aspecting to Venus. So Mars is 4th lord, 11th lord from the 10th house is aspecting, and Lagna lord, 2nd lord, Saturn is aspecting to Venus from the 11th house. Venus posted in the sign of Saturn, that Saturn is significator of 1 and 2 from the 11th house, it is aspecting. This is fine. So that way, Venus is getting the support from the Rasi Lord Saturn with a good significator and some weakness from the other planets also. 11th Lord also aspecting, that is also good. So Venus, 5th Lord is having some good supports and also some weakness. The Karaka planet Jupiter. Jupiter is 3rd Lord, 12th Lord occupying the first house but conjoined with the 8th Lord. And that Jupiter also aspected by Saturn, 2nd Lord and 11th Lord, and Mars is also aspecting. So that way it is fine. And Jupiter is having some weakness, but is being through the sign Lord and through the aspect, it is getting supports. And moreover, Jupiter is aspecting to the 5th house by way of 5th aspect, that is fine. So it is not indicating any strong unfavorable significations for the 5th Lord and also that Karaka planet Jupiter. So, and also 5th house also supported by the Saturn also aspecting to 5th house and Jupiter also aspecting 5th house. They are all adding some strength. So now let us check the detailed significations by way of the self-signification study we will do. Then we'll do the destiny prospects. Let me clear this one. Now let us study the self-significations and let us give the respective colors also. Lagna Lord. Let us start with Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord, second Lord occupying 11th house, 3, 11 Cuspal Star Lord. This is good grouping. And 10th sublord. So this is having some weakness but not detrimental. So 1, 2, 11, 3, 11 are good. 10th sublord is having some weakness, but it is all good. So what we can do, Saturn, we can give light green color. Instead of 10, it was 8 or 12 or there or any other house along with the 10 also joining hands. We can give blue also, but still have got good grouping here. We can give light green, not the dark green. Fifth Lord, 10th Lord occupying 12th house close to Lagna and 3, 5, 9, 11 Cuspal sublord. This is very good. Fifth Lord, 3, 5, 9, 11 Cuspal sublord and also having Lagna here. 10 and 12 are indicating some weakness but not detrimental. And Ketu planet is occupying, representing Venus and occupying the ninth of close to the 10th cusp and 4, 8, 12 star. This is indicating some obstacles. So Venus we can give blue color because of the unfavorable non-supportive houses with weak, some obstacles. Being the cuspal sublord for 3, 5, 9, 11 is very good. That we have to keep it in mind. That fifth lord. Next one is 11th lord. 4th lord also, 11th lord also, occupying 10th house and 2, 6 cuspal star lord and representing Rahu 3, 4, 10, 7, 8, 12. Third house is fine, 7 is fine, 4, 10, 8 and 12 are weakness and fourth lord occupying 10th house and 2, 6 is not unfavorable strongly. It is not at all unfavorable also. It is supportive with the second house and 2, 6 is talking about the professional prospects. But still, fourth lord occupying 10th house, having got some weakness and being the 11th lord, we can give that Mars is mixed significator. And Jupiter, third lord, 12th lord occupying Lagna, 7th star lord and Lagna sublord. 3, 1, 7, 1 are good. Being the 12th lord, it is indicating some weakness but not detrimental. But third lord occupying 1, 7, 1 are good. So we can give Jupiter also either light green because of 3, 1, 7, 1 or because of the 12 we can give blue also, not an issue. Blue or light green doesn't matter much, depending on the significations of the unfavorable. Now we have given Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, 6th lord and also 9th lord, occupying 12th house and 4th cuspal sublord. 4th cuspal sublord is indicating some weakness because the primary unfavorable house, but it is 9th lord also. 6th lord, 9th lord occupying 12th house and 4th cuspal sublord. So we cannot say it is completely unfavorable because of this grouping. It is not starting with the 4, 12 and connected to the 6th house or 8th house. It is having 12 and 4, but 9th lord also it is present. So either we can give pink shade or we can give because of the unfavorable on the higher side. We can give instead of pink, light pink, we can give. Or we can give pink also. Being the 9th lord, because 9th lord is for the progeny is good house, is Bhagyasthan. And because of the 6, 12 and 4, we can give a mixed also. But we have to keep it in mind, this Mercury has got 4th sublord without any favorable. So with it mixed also, it has got unfavorable, little bit more. Just a minute, I think I have changed the color. Jupiter has to be blue and Mercury can be the light pink. It means what? Unfavorable on the higher side. Okay, then Ketu. Ketu 9, 10, 4, 8, 12, it is not good. Obstacles, hurdles are present. Second planet is good. So we can make Ketu on its own. Ketu occupying 9th house and 4, 8, 12, it is indicating weakness. So obstacles are there. Because of the second planet is good, we can give this is pink. We cannot give blue also because of the 4, 8, 12. Be occupant of the 9th house and having got these houses, we can give pink. And the sun planet. Sun is 8th lord occupying Lagna and 159. This is very good. 159. And being the 8th lord, it is indicating some weakness, but still 8th lord, 159 is good. We can give blue color. Blue, it has got some weakness. That's all. And moon, 7th lord occupying 3rd house and 2 6 cuspal sublord. 7 3 2 is good and 6 is indicating some weakness, but this is good only. So what we can give that a moon also we can give blue. Because of the just 6 sublord, we cannot give that light red or pink because if suppose it was fourth house is present, then we can think of any other color, but it is having 7 3 2 and 6 cuspal sublord only. So moon has given blue. Rahu planet is 3 4 and 10 7 8 12. Third occupant and seventh sublord is good, and 4 10 8 and 12, again 4 10 6. Unfavorable also present, unfavorable also present. So we cannot give light red also, because occupant of the third house and seventh cuspal sublord. Seventh house is good for the progeny because third house to the fifth house also present, and 3 and 7 also present. And because of this unfavorable, we can give Rahu also, we can take it as the light, pink shade. It means what? Mixed significator. So anyway, we are going to study level wise the grouping of the planets which are having that 8 and 12, 8 and 12 in their star level. Then we have to keep them their unfavorable strength at many levels. It's not good. So accordingly, we can also decide later. So now I have set the colors. According to our convenience, according to our understanding, initially we can give some colors. But when we are going level-wise study, same color planet, 2 3 planets may be there, that can be given. We will feel one planet is comparatively better than the other planet. So that way also we can decide later in changing the colors, or in the level-wise study itself we can decide. So not just with the colors, we are not going to just decide any planet strength, but the colors will indicate, give some indication to us to identify the planets. Now we have to study the destiny significators, and let us check the significator. Then if at all record, we can open the birth chart. Fifth lord is Venus, also fifth sublord is Venus. So we have to check only one planet. So, and Jupiter also we can check it. So first let us check fifth lord and fifth sublord. Just a minute. Yeah. Fifth lord Venus, also fifth sublord and good key planet. Venus is a very good key planet, but because of the 10 and 12, and because of this 4 8 12 by the Ketu, we are giving blue color, but it is good planet. Now the planet is a good planet. That star level planet should support that. It should not reduce its signification. Star level sun, 12 level sun, these two levels are having 8th house, which is indicating some weakness, but not, that is not further supported. 1 159, 1 159 are good. So these are all going to be fifth lord getting support of all these 5 3 5 9 11 are getting support of this 1 5 5 9. So that fifth sublord in the star of a planet, it is occupying Lagna, but 159 cuspal star lord. This is good, right? Then where Venus is posted in the sign of Saturn. Saturn is aspecting to it. Mars also aspecting to it, that we already discussed. And Venus is conjoined with the Sun and Jupiter. Venus is in the star of Sun and conjoined with the Sun automatically. So it is forming ruler link also, that we can easily find with the birth chart itself. And sublord is Jupiter. That sublord also under the influence of this Venus. So Venus, we good key planet, passing its ruler link to the star lord and sublord. Sublord is also a good key planet, 3 1 7 1. All are blue with good grouping. And last level planet Mars is 4th lord, 11th lord occupying 10 and 2. This is also mixed significator and representing Rahu having got mixed. So Mars is aspecting to it. So at the last level, it is present and it is giving the influence to this planet. It is indicating some weakness, but not detrimental. And in addition to that, these planets are having the signification of Saturn. Saturn is our favorable green planet. They're all under the influence of Saturn because Rasi Lord itself Saturn and also aspected by Saturn. That way, fifth Lord and fifth sublord is strongly favorable for the progeny, especially star level, sub level, or 159, 159, and sublord also under the influence of the Venus. I think we are able to, come to a understanding that, okay, that progeny is promising. If you check only the, CLOCC, fifth sublord in the star of a planet, Sun is occupying Lagna, eighth lord occupying Lagna, and conjoined with the Jupiter, third lord occupying Lagna. So there is no 2 or 5 or 11 in the star level or sub level. Star lord or the sub lord, only fourth lord, 11th lord, it is a mixed one occupying 10th house. So 11 is good and 4 and 10 is not good. So if you take only these CLOCC, will not be able to come to any conclusion. And Saturn is aspecting to it. Saturn is second lord from the 11th house is aspecting, so that can we can say it is supportive, but that star level, sub level, or if you take the rule 11th, 5th sublord in the star of a planet, either it is signifying 2 or 5 or 11, that will not be applicable here. You understand? So because that is all present, that star level planet is sub-level planet or getting the 2 or 5 or 11 definitely, because that sun in the star of 159 star, they are all favorable, and sun is aspected by Saturn from the 11th house, lord of 2. Understand? And 11th lord also Mars is also aspecting. So that is also ruling at the last level. So we have to check the all the levels and also support planets, and CST, CSL has to be taken into consideration. Then only we can find the complete signification. And moreover, importantly, the rulers link that we are following in EPS. Venus is passing its ruler link to all the other levels because Venus is conjoined with their rulers also. I think you are able to understand how the Venus, the fifth sublord, is promising for the progeny. So destiny is promising. So now we have to check the dasa period, in which dasa the native was running at the time of marriage. Now the native is running Sun Mahadasa, but previously he was running Venus Mahadasa. Venus, let me find that marriage, in which period he got married. That person got married in Venus, Saturn, and Mars. Venus Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, and Saturn Bugdi and Mars Antra. He got married on Venus Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, Mars Antra. 21, no, yeah, Mars Antra. Venus, Saturn, Mars, he got the marriage. Yeah, from 22/4/2016 to 28/6/2016, this Mars Antra is running. So as I normally used to say, 1 or 2 days can be plus and minus, because that some few seconds changes in the birth time also can lead some difference in the end period or starting period of the Antara Sukshma. That too, they are all small. So that native got married in Venus, Saturn, and Mars. Now we have to check whether that native, that period itself is favorable for the pregnancy. Let me note down Venus, Saturn, and Mars. He got the marriage, date of marriage. Let us check whether that Dasa Lord itself is favorable. Yeah, Venus is the Dasa Lord, which we already discussed, because Venus is the planet or the destiny planet also. Whether Saturn is favorable for the marriage, for the progeny. Marriage happened during this period. Venus, Saturn, and Mars are the period who conducted the marriage. Now we have to check the whether that Saturn is promising favorable for the progeny, and also, within that the Bugdi, whether that Antra in which he got married, that is also favorable. We have to check. If you see that, let us check the Saturn. Saturn is having 1 to 11 or good key planet all playing role here. And sublord is Rahu. Rahu is mixed one, and star lord of the sublord is Ketu. So that Saturn is having planet star level and 2 level all favorable houses playing role. 211, 211, 311 all are playing. And sublevel planet is mixed significator, and star lord of the sublord is Ketu representing Venus. So you can see that sublevel planet having some weakness, but along with the good key planet Venus. So Dasa Lord's favorable key planet is what? Which planet is making the Dasa Lord favorable? Venus itself and Sun, and of course Jupiter also playing role. And in addition to that, that Saturn, which is passing their supports, because Venus, Sun, Jupiter are in the sign of Saturn and also aspected by Saturn, that we already studied. So Saturn is such a good key planet, that also we know that. So that Saturn is making that the Sun Lord is favorable for the progeny, supportive for the progeny, and that in Venus, that Sun also a good key planet. So we can see that Saturn, in which the that Buddhi marriage happened, Saturn, the key planet of the Dasa Lord, not direct key planets, but which key planets are in supports and further agree supporting to the Dasa Lord. So that they are all present. Saturn itself is ruling. If you see in the Saturn, in supports, Venus, Sun, and Jupiter will be there, right? Because they are occupant of the sign of the Saturn. You can see Saturn, Rasi Lord for Sun, Jupiter, and Venus, and also aspecting to that. So these are the Dasa Lord's key planets, so that we can easily understand that there is a connection between the ruling planets, key planets of the Dasa Lord and the Buddhi Lord. Buddhi Lord also good. So that way Saturn is good, and fifth cuspal sublord planet. Which planet is the fifth cuspal sublord? Venus. That Venus is there at the last level, and Venus also aspected by the Saturn and the sign of Saturn itself, that already discussed. So Saturn is definitely favorable for the progeny. Now let us check the Buddhi Lord, sir, Antara Lord. Antara Lord is at the time of marriage, Antara Mars was running. So, this is the birth chart of the male, so that the conception can take place according to the strong periods of the female and that wife, and also according to their menstrual cycle periods and all these things. So 1 or 2 months plus and minus will be there. Still, let us check, because Mars itself is going to be a small period only. Mars is going to run for about only 2 months, maximum 2 months, 5th month and 6th month. So within that, it is possible for the conception, or in the next month, Rahu. As I said, no, we are not now discussing which period are favorable for the childbirth. That is going to be delivery period, definitely, which book the Antra will be favorable, we will discuss. But what we are trying to understand, immediately after the marriage, if the destiny is good, Dasa also favorable, and the Buddhi also favorable, within that Buddhi, if the conception, if it is supportive in the favorable, in the supportive Antra, from there, if you take the 9 months calculation gestation period, that which Buddhi or Antra falling on that gestation period, definitely it should be favorable for the delivery, correct? It will be favorable or supportive for the pregnancy, sorry, for the delivery. So we will plan such way, right? So that Saturn and Mars is having some weakness, 4th lord 10 to 6, and in the second planet Rahu present, and star level is supportive, and Venus, our good key planet, also present. So Mars is having star level, sub level are supportive, but Mars is having some weakness at the source and the 12 level. And importantly, the strong key planet of the Buddhi Lord, Saturn's role is not directly playing. That is one weakness. Not required that Saturn should play a role in the Antra for the conception. Conception can be a supportive period, but here, since the Mars is having that some unfavorable 4th lord, source itself 4, 10, 6, and 8 and 12 coming, again star level is fine, with unfavorable 12, but again 2A level is Mars is coming, reducing the favorable strength of the star lord. So sublord is fine, but still some weakness at the first level and 2A level. So Mars is not very strong. You look at the Rahu. Rahu itself is having some weakness, but 3 and 10, 7, 8, 12 obstacles are there in the source. And star level planet Ketu also having these 4, 8, 12. So this is also having weakness. So 3, 7 and star level Ketu's 9 all having some supports. And importantly, Venus at the second planet is playing role here. So this is adding some strength despite some weakness. But when compared to this weakness is, present. But being the fourth lord having got some weakness, because here it is not having that occupant of the third house close to 4, indicating only some obstacles. But star level also obstacles are present, but second level of second planet of the star lord having some good key planet, that is good only. So now look at the 2A level again, that Rahu has, is repeating. And importantly, sublord is having Saturn, which is the key planet of the Buddhi Lord. So Buddhi Lord's key planet strongly playing role here. And that Buddhi Lord's Saturn is actually forming ruler link to the Rahu. Why? Rahu is in the sign of Mars, and Saturn is also the sign of Mars. So that way, that Saturn is indirectly conjoined with the Rahu. So Rahu is getting the sublord, that Saturn's support. The key planet of the Bugdillards is passing its ruler link to this that Rahu. That is fine. So that way, it is comparatively better. As I said, for the conception, that Bugdil, that Antra Lord can be a supportive despite some obstacle. The good key planet of the Bugdi, it is present and also forming ruler link, and it is strong. It is enough for the conception to take place, because conception can take place during the supportive period, especially which is influenced by the favorable key planets, especially of the Bugdi Lord. So that way, Mars, Rahu. After Mars, Rahu has come. Rahu is influenced by the Saturn. That is also the sublord of the Rahu. So Venus Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, Rahu Andhra taken place. If you calculate about approximately 9 months from this place, from that time, for example, Rahu Dasa, yes, Rahu Bugdi. From 7th month onwards, if you calculate 7th month or 8th month, according to the wife's charts, their cycle timing, if the 7th or 8th month, that, pregnancy, conception taken place, because it has got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So a minimum of 5 months period, it is there for the Rahu. So within that period, according to the wife's that cycle period and supportive period, the conception can be supported here, right? Now within that period, actually, if the conception is taken place, then that delivery can take place in after the 9th month period. If you go in further, if you look at that Rahu, that Antra, it is running for about approximately 5 months. So after Rahu Antra and Jupiter is running, that is not so good. And Saturn, Rahu Antra, Saturn Sukshma or Mercury Sukshma. Mercury is in source, it is weak, but star level is good, and sub level Saturn is playing. Our key planet of the Antra Lord, Saturn is playing role. And Saturn also, Mercury also supportive, Saturn also supportive, Venus, Ketu having some weakness. So, but Saturn itself is strong enough. So Venus Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, Rahu, Antra, and Saturn Sukshma, suppose Saturn Sukshma or Mercury Sukshma, because Mercury in the star of Venus and sublord is Saturn. With good key planets of the Dasa and also Bugdi and Antras playing role. Suppose it is getting the conception during the ninth month, no, 10th month. So between 9 and 10th month, if the conception is taken place in 2016. So if we calculate from that period, 9th to 10th month of the pregnancy, sorry, from the 2016, after the ninth month, 9 months from that, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. June or June or July, depending on the dates, approximately I'm talking about. I mean, if the conception is taken place during that October, then it has to be calculated from, 11th, no, 9 months, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 9 months completion will be, July will be completed. So either the July month or August month of the 2017, we have to take it. From this, then Jupiter, not Jupiter. So yeah, 2016, 2017, 2017 July, 2016 October, if the conception is taken place, 2017 July or August, we can expect the delivery. At the time, Mercury Bugdi starts. Mercury Bugdi and Mercury Antra itself will be falling in that period, right? So if you see the Mercury itself is favorable. Mercury on its own, it is having weakness, but ninth lord, I said no, because though it is 6, 12, and 4, ninth lord in the star of this favorable key planet, that is good. You have to keep it in mind, always one unfavorable key planet, that to suppose it is primary cuspal sublord of the fourth house for the progeny, or primary cuspal sublord of the sixth house for the marriage. Unfavorable key planet is in the star of a favorable key planet, especially primary cuspal sublord key planet or other key planet which are reducing the unfavorable strength of the source planet, that it indicates that unfavorable impact is not going to be strong, right? So if the unfavorable key planet is further increased by the other unfavorable key planet, which is increasing the intensity of the unfavorable, then that impact is going to be more. That you have to keep it in mind. Now the Mercury in the star of Venus, that Venus is good key planet, and 2A levels, all are good only, right? So that way that Mercury is in the star level and sub-level or favorable key planet, it is good. So that way, that period also supportive, because once the during that 9 months of gestation period, definitely Bugdi can change. Antra will definitely will change, but Bugdi also can change. Since all the Bugdis are favorable, so during that Bugdi, in the favorable Antra, that the child will be born. Now that 9 months completion period is happening within Mercury itself. So the child could be born during this period. Let us check the date of childbirth. 9 August 2017. 9 August. 9th August 2017. That child was born. 9 August. Just a minute. Yes. Mercury, July, August. Yeah, so 9th August means approximately Mars Sukshma. So that Mercury Antra. So in the Mars Sukshma, the child was born. Mars is 4th lord, but 11th lord. It is good in the star of Jupiter and sub of good key planet, the star lord Venus. So that is also strongly playing role. So that native got the child 9/8/2017, and that is the date of the birth of the child, and is also male child that native got. I think you are able to understand how the key planets are playing role in the conception and also delivery. In this case, since many planets are favorable, that favorable key planet, that is Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, are all influencing most of the planets. So the unfavorable impact is not going to be strong. Though unfavorable are present, but destiny itself is strong. That destiny planet itself is ruling the dasa, and the progeny prospects becomes easier. Now let us check the transit also, how the transit was supportive at the time of the delivery. What is the date? 9 August 2017. Let me open that birth chart. Yeah. In the transit, Jupiter is transiting in the Virgo sign. So in the natal chart, the transit Jupiter is in Virgo sign in the transit. That Jupiter is aspecting to the fifth house in the transit, because fifth cusp is here and Jupiter is aspecting to the fifth house, and also Jupiter is aspecting to Lagna as per the houses, and also that Jupiter is aspecting to the natal Venus, fifth lord. So that way the transit also supportive. I think you are able to understand how the transit of the Jupiter also at the time of delivery is supportive for that. Moreover, if you check their key planets of each planet, that the Dasabhuktī Yantra and the moon, everything will be definitely will be supportive only in the key planets only. You can see moon in the moon in the sign of Saturn. So Saturn is a good key planet. Star of Rahu. So I have taken the time 8 a.m. So definitely if it is the whole day, Saturn is going to be in the star of Rahu. Rahu is, you can see Rahu is 3, 4, 7, and Rahu in the star of Ketu. So representing Venus. So that indirectly it is connected. Suppose that moon is also influenced by other favorable key planet, so that moon is conjoined with Ketu and aspected by aspecting to the Rahu. So moon is under the influence of the Rahu. This is the transit chart, right? Yes. Now whether moon is getting influence from other planet by way of supports, moon in the sign of Saturn, that is good, and moon is in the star of Rahu, that Rahu is conjoined with the Mercury. So the transit of the moon is not so strong, it is supportive, but that as per the key planet, if you know suppose the childbirth is happening early morning, we don't know that actually I have not having that birth time of the child, then we come to know because it is in the starting degree, right? So the moon Rahu only. Suppose if it is moon Mars, so that also can have impact. But anyway, the transit is going to be supportive. It is also supportive only. So that way, if you check the moon transit, we can see. Suppose forget about the forget about the conception period and in which period the conception take place and in which period the delivery can be possible. Instead of that, if you focus on only on the period which is favorable for the delivery of the child. You see, the native got married in Saturn Buddhi, and Saturn is going to be there for some period. After that, Mercury is starting. Mercury period in the star of Venus, fifth lord and favorable cuspal sublord. It's a strong favorable key planet, further supported by other levels. So very good key planet. So if we can easily say that definitely during the Mercury Buddhi, that native will get a baby, right? So that is clearly seen here. What we have done, we have taken from the delivery point, from the conception point of view, we have taken, and we are also arriving at the same year. So the same Buddhi, which is supportive for the delivery. So what is the advantage of studying like this? We will come to know as soon as the as soon as the marriage happened, whether the period is supportive, and from that period it is coming whether the delivery can be happen in the good period, that is also supportive, that we can identify. Sometime what will happen, that conception can take place in a good Buddhi and Antra. At the time when it is for coming for the delivery period, that delivery period can have the Buddhi Lord can be changed because now also it has become Mercury. Suppose the Bugdi Lord, we cannot expect the Bugdi Lord will be having such a strong significator at the star level and sub level, all levels. It can have some supportive signification, but not with the primary good key planets directly. But no other way. That Bugdi Lord is going to run for about few months. That within that Bugdi only that delivery has to happen. So that Bugdi, if it is having some mixed signification, it will give the delivery during the strong favorable antra. That we have to keep it in mind. If the destiny is good, Bugdi also good at the time of conception, and the next to Bugdi, destiny is good and Dasa also good, and Bugdi also at the time of delivery it is having mixed signification, is not going to give more problem, and only in the favorable antra the delivery can happen. I think you are able to understand this one. And so because when the progeny is concerned, we cannot expect the delivery and conception will be happening in a strong favorable period only. It is not a one-day job. It is going to be a 9 months gestation period. We have no control over that. If many planners are having favorable signification, so whatever maybe the Dasa Bugdi are going to run at the time of conception or delivery, obviously somehow or the other they will be supportive. The destiny is already given the green signal. The Dasa Lord also supportive with the destiny's key planets, and same way, if you follow the process, that will be easy to find whether this is supportive or not. I think you're able to understand. We will meet in the next video. Good luck.